welcome back to my channel. I've always wanted to say that. Today I wanted to do my brow routine. My friend Natalie from Denver, she said, first of all, you need to do a brow routine. And I said, you know what? You're right. I do need to do the brow routine. The last time I did one just like on my stories real quick. Instagram stories. But before that, the only one I ever actually like filmed or whatever, that was in 2020. So I was doing my makeup a lot. I was bored and didn't know what the heck was going on. Yeah, I had posted a video on my Instagram of my brow routine at that time. It has changed, obviously. So I just wanted to show you guys how I do my brows. I do still have a crusty spoolie, I believe, as I did in my last video, but there's a reason for this one. But yeah, if you want to see how I do my brows, then just keep watching. I am actually going to start with, oh, I already took the lid off, didn't even show you guys, my bad, is the Dominique Cosmetics brow frame in the color Cool Deep Brown. So I got this actually in my, I always want to say Ipsy, but I mean, I guess it's the same thing, but I got it in my BoxyCharm, and I really like the whole like BoxyCharm subscription. I would 10 out of 10 recommend that to anybody that's looking to like switch up their like skincare, hair care, or makeup routine. I felt like I was kind of in a funk with makeup for a little bit. I didn't know what to buy or like what I needed, and obviously when you walk in Sephora, it's like you see everything and you're like, I need it all, you know, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm older now. I want to invest in things that are good for like my skin and stuff. A whole side story, but I just like didn't know what was out there, what was worth like my money, and what was worth trying, and what was worth the hype and all that stuff. So I decided to hop on the BoxyCharm bus. I am very impressed. I think I've had it since like the end of last year or like middle of the year. I don't remember, but I've had it for a while and I love just about everything that I've gotten. So hair care stuff, skincare stuff, makeup stuff, and it's all like good quality. I've gotten like Fenty products. I got this Kimchi Puff Pass set and bake powder that I love. It is probably one of like my all-time favorite setting powders that I use for my under eyes. I had seen this on TikTok shop and I was curious about it, and then it came in my BoxyCharm and I was like, holy shit, I love this. So just stuff like that. I would definitely recommend the BoxyCharm. You get like full-size products too, like little Ipsy bags. I know it's not as much, and then you get like travel size stuff. And then the BoxyCharm, I pay like 35 bucks and some change monthly, and you get like full-size products. So they ain't sponsoring me yet, but I totally recommend the BoxyCharm. So all that to say, this pencil, that's where that came from, and I really like it. They weren't too far off with the color Cool Deep Brown. It works for me. A little bit does go a long way, so I try to be very light-handed with the pencil. I'm going to use that now, and what I'm going to do is, if you can see, if you're not close enough already, I do have some sparseness at the top of my brows here, so like my arch is slowly starting to fizzle away there. So I want to focus the majority of the color on that part of my brow, and I am being very light-handed with it. I don't want super dark, intense brows, and so I am just very lightly running this through my brow hairs. And then what I like to do is take my crusty spoolie, or the one that it comes with, and I'm just gonna brush the product to kind of soften that a little bit. And you can kind of already see that there's already some, it's filled in here compared to this brow right here. So it kind of fills in that sparseness a little bit, creates that shadow back there. And then I'm just very lightly just running the pencil through my brow like this. So I do get a little bit of sparseness down here too. I just want to be very light-handed with it. I kind of like turn the brush too. You can see I'm a lot more conservative here with the front. I actually usually don't put much, if anything, here in the front. just because I like that ombre effect still, where it goes a little bit lighter here. It's more like hair strokey, and then a little bit fuller back here. So I'm gonna do the same on my other brow. Again, very light-handed with it. The more you practice, the faster you become. Your routine is your routine, so just do what works best for you. And just running this through very lightly. And if you go outside of your brow, like I kind of accidentally put like a harsh line here, that's fine. I ain't worried about it. We're gonna go clean this up with some concealer in a little bit, so it's like not a big deal at all. But I'm just doing this real quick. That's good enough for me. We can always go in later and add more color if we want, which we more than likely will. But in terms of this pencil, I think I'm good for now. So I'm gonna put this away. And then the next thing that I'm gonna use is the Kosas Eyebrow in the color medium brown. So this is a lighter color that I ended up picking in comparison to the brow pencil. I don't want to add any more depth to my brows. I don't want them to look dark. I already have dark brow hairs, so this, I just like it because it adds like fluff to the brows. That's the best way that I could describe it. I wouldn't consider this as like a brow gel. It doesn't keep my brow hairs in place. It basically just creates like a fluff. It just makes my brows look a little bit more fluffier, and then it adds a little bit of color. So it's adding a little bit of fluff and dimension to my brows. I hope that makes sense. But I'm just going in, and I do like to focus this in the front of my brow, so I didn't put too much of the Dominique brow pencil in the front, but I do like to take this and put a little bit more here in the front. And I hope you can see the difference. It kind of, like I said, it creates that fluff there. And as I did mention too, it doesn't keep my brow hairs up, so I did notice that if I brush them up like this, you can kind of already see, I hope you can see, I'm all in your face here. These brow hairs kind of already start to like relax a little bit, like they just don't stay up. So disclaimer with this, I'm not telling you that it's a brow gel, because it's not gonna keep your hairs in place like a gel normally would, but I still like it. So I'm just gonna do the same over here. And I do want to also let you guys know, I didn't know this when I saw it. I saw a girl do her makeup tutorial on TikTok, and then I was like, oh my god, that's cute, like it's perfect. I was sold. I was like, okay, I'll buy it. But then when it came in, I was like, oh my gosh, there's like little like glitter, like shimmer reflex in it. I don't know, it's weird. You can't really see it in your brows, but you can see it in the package. Like I don't know why I didn't notice when I saw it on the Sephora website, but here we are. I still like it, so good enough. And then what I'm going to do next is take this Tower 28 Serum Concealer in the shade MDR. I really like this concealer. I am very happy, very surprised. I use this for my under eyes, and I also use it to clean up my brows, but I'm very impressed. I would definitely repurchase. I love the formula. Color works for me too. And then I'm also taking this makeup designery brush. It is dirty, of course, but this actually, I'm pretty sure was gifted to me by Liz. Shout out to my girl Liz from Canada. If you know, you know. This brush, I love it. So when we started doing makeup together, she just gave me like a handful. I keep looking over here too, sorry, because my mirror's here so I can actually see myself, sorry. But I'm gonna use this. So she gave it to me, shout out to Liz. I love this brush, I've had it for forever, and I'm never getting rid of it. I'm gonna take this brush and I'm just gonna clean up my brows here. So we'll start with this one. I do prop 2 of my fingers here on my face as well, just to try to keep a steady hand. I hear my baby's up from her nap too, so I gotta hurry. Let's see. I'm like, okay, that's it. Just kidding. Let's see. So I'm just cleaning these up here to the best of my ability. And then I'm gonna take this It Cosmetics Complexion Perfection brush. There's an all over side for your face and then the concealer side. So I'm gonna take the concealer side and I'm just gonna buff the concealer out here. Is this a better angle? I don't know, I'm figuring it out, bear with me. Okay, so that is cleaned up. I hope you can see the difference there. This one's a little more defined than this one here. So we're gonna go and do the same thing to my left brow. And I just took the rest of that concealer and I buff it out on my eyelid. So if I were doing a full face of makeup today, I would use that as my eyeshadow primer. I don't really wear eyeshadow. Like, when have you ever seen me with like glitter on my on my eyes? But I still be buying the palettes. I don't know why, but I normally just use like my bronzer and I create that eyeshadow effect, if you will. But yeah, either way, I still run the excess concealer down my lid. So there you go. You can see they are a little more defined now. And then what I like to do, we're almost done, is I will take this NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in the color black. I've had this forever. Every time I go to the store, I'm like, oh, I should get a new one. But then when I use this, it still works. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't need another one. So I've had this forever. It is a felt tip, so you can see obviously isn't going to be as intense as if you were to get a new one. I think that's why I like this still, because it adds the extra hair strokes that I like without it being too intense. So I'm just gonna do this, and I usually will go in and I'll put other like faux hair strokes in the front of my brow. If I do get like some harsh lines, I usually just tap my brow and it softens those up for me. So I'll just grab that to soften it up a little. Oh, I did it again. And then lastly, what I like to do is I'll take my crusty spoolie and I will use the Got To Be Glued. Let me grab it. So it has DJ Pauly D on the front. This I've had forever. I just use this. That's what I use. I used to freeze my brows. So that I would recommend for a brow gel for sure. I'll take just a little bit on my spoolie. I try to clean my spoolie. Actually, I do clean my spoolie after each time I use this with like a makeup wipe or my crusty little like makeup towel that I have, but sometimes it still gets stuck in there, so that's why it's crusty, okay? But I'll just go through and I try to be very light-handed with it. Obviously, I'm still moving quickly just because I'm brushing the hairs up. And I don't really care if my brows are not like perfect, you know, like super symmetrical. I just like them to look a little bit fluffy. You can see the difference there. So you could definitely tell that these brow hairs are all the way up here, like the song, Was it DJ Khaled? French Montana? Anyways. Yeah, so you can tell the difference. Like the Kosas one, it fluffs them, but it doesn't get them to stay up like the brow gel does. So that's why I like that extra oomph. And I like to use this as just like setting my brows. So here I'm just doing like just any last minute finishing touches. I usually will do it with this here. I just go in between my brow hairs. It's good enough for me. I think they look good. So that's my brow routine. I hope you guys learned something, or if not, I hope you're at least entertained for a little bit. But these are my brows. This is how I fill them in now. I try to be low maintenance with them. I feel like I've been this way for a long time. I don't go anywhere to get them threaded or waxed. I've been doing my own brows for a very long time. I'm not even gonna try to count, it doesn't matter. I tweeze them at home and then I use like a brow razor. I got these ones on Amazon and I actually really like them. I will be repurchasing them. Ew, this one's crusty too. Oh my god. Okay, I need to buy a new one. I'm not gonna show you what that looks like, but I'll show it to you with the lid. But this, oh, my hand all covered. Yeah, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It comes in like a pack of 3 if anybody wants the link or whatever, or screenshot, I don't know, let me know. I really like these. These are very precise. I will usually use it too to like clean up my face and stuff because I'm Mexican, so I'm hairy. Anywho, that is my brow routine, and if there's any other videos that you guys want to see, please let me know. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and follow all my other stuff, and I'll put that in the little, what do you call it, comment section. I'll put it all down below. But I love you guys. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.